project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today I'm actually legitimately very excited to be checking out this project right here, The Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation Ultimate Edition. I gotta say, it doesn't matter as much on GameFound, but I hate the main image for what this is. Like, let's look at Mesopotamia. You look at, wow, that looks like a really impressive component-wise game. You look over here at Buccaneer, you're like, wow, look at that box, it's big. And this, it's just, hey, we got Lord of the Rings, here's some art style. Like, that's all you're showing me, which is ridiculous because if you saw from the main image, this is like a massive table that you could purchase. Like, it has, okay, the classic board game designed by Reiner Knizia. Yeah, it's, I believe it's part of the Cosmos 2-player line. Is in like that size box. It's one of the most critically acclaimed games set in the world of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. It is. It's super highly rated. 758 all-time, re-implemented by this one, which is 520th all-time. So very highly rated, very much beloved. Reiner Knizia, one of the greatest designers of all time, has over 100-ish titles under his belt. The world of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. This Ultimate Edition is the Lord of the Rings. The Confrontation is the most comprehensive version yet. What is more, the Ultimate Collector's Edition version of the game available below may be the most amazing The Lord of the Rings gaming artifact that the world has ever seen. It is. I would agree with that. It may be the most amazing, and it probably is the most amazing gaming artifact pertaining to Lord of the Rings that the world has ever seen. Especially at mass market, or what, you know, making it in bulk. So maybe you should show me that. Like, the choice to do that is such an odd one. It doesn't matter as much as GameFound, because GameFound's much more like a boutique. You know what you're here for. But on Kickstarter, like, that would be, because, yeah, like, and then even this one. It's always, there's what I'm talking about right there. Like, look at that behemoth. As always with the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. An age has come. For the final confrontation in Middle-earth. Gorgeous looking. It's not the table necessarily, but the top part screws onto the bottom, which they sell, which is the base. Hey, Ricardo. A collector's edition to rule them all. And that's why I don't hate this. I put in the title, this is peak ridiculousness, for now. Because I think before it was like, I'd say like, Small World was towards peak ridiculousness. There was that what's that? Suro had a really crazy advanced version, but I feel like this is the new home run, at least that I can think of, where it legitimately is just an entire table that you're purchasing if you're buying the most fancy version of it. And I don't hate that. I just don't think this is the game for it. Like, this is not. It's very surprising to me that this was the game that was the one to really kick off the, hey, let's turn tables into games. Or flip that. Gorgeous. Of the beloved classic board game. Woo! Like, I love this. This is fantastic. Now imagine if it was for a game that actually had a lot of variability, where you could replay it over and over and over again. Like, it's just surprising to me that this one would, of all the games, to go something like this. But it's gorgeous. Dangnabbit, GameFound. I hate the fact that this keeps going. All right, here we go. It's just beautiful. Elven elegance. Turned up to 11 indeed. That is the nicest board game I've ever seen in my life that I could just purchase. Like aside, I've seen nicer ones. Like when you go to conventions, they set up all the scenery and the deluxifications and whatnot. But like at a larger print run, that's amazing. So 2 minutes, or 2 players, 30-minute game. One of the best 2-player games I've played. Tom Vassell, international award winners for when it came out, 2002. Got it. Stuff. Table is amazing. Accolades by players is simple, smart, and elegant game design in its purest form. And I've thought this for a while. Like this is really what we see a lot of people doing is just bringing back older games that are highly rated, and that's the new cash cow because intellectual properties, video games, they're losing a little bit of the luster. And I think this is going to be a trend we only continue to see more of because when Tom Vassell gave a quote about this game in 2002 or 2003, just think about how many of the most popular board games of all time were not released. Were not even a thought. The people that, like, that's one of those things that you don't think about when you think about it, because it's a relatively new hobby. Like, that's really exploded over the last, 10 to 15 years, partially because of Kickstarter. This is simple, smart, and elegant game design in its purest form. One of the best design games I've played, quick but very deep. So we got acclaimed by players. They got a Matt Fantastic quote there. Look at that. Real simple gameplay contains some of the best strategy I've ever played. Not a fan of him. Love his game design, though. Personal choices, not so much. Ryder Nitzi's beloved 2-player game of strategy and cunning premiered to great acclaim in 2002. There was a deluxe edition in 2005. Now, over 2 decades later, we're turning it into a freaking table. Base and table legs sold separately, but come on, that's what you're here for. I'm interested to see how many people are actually here for this game as opposed to this game, because I feel like it's that. Like this, I can get after the fact, sure, fine, it's great, I love the game, whatever. But that, whew, I don't know this game, but from what I saw, it's a bit simple to deserve this level of deluxification. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that this is the table to kick it off, where there's so, like, I get it for, like, Small World, where it's like there's hundreds of different combinations of this, that, and the other thing. Or, like, a game where you build your own army and you pulled it out and all of a sudden all your units and army were there in the terrain. Like, but this game specifically just feels like such an odd choice. But that being said, I also see why, because you can get away with it very easily by just saying, oh, we're deluxifying it so much. And we're not just deluxifying it. When you look at it, you say, holy crap, that's Middle Earth. Like, and then there's that attachment. And I feel like that's like, duh, Lord of the Rings is going to sell stuff. But yeah, that also makes it so. How many of these are going to be fancy set pieces in someone's office somewhere? Like I just love it. I love the fact we're to this point in the hobby, and it makes me wonder, where do we go? We're only going to continue to get more absurd, and I love that. I love that. This is my all-time favorite 2-player game. Immediately, though everything else remained as before, dim and dark, the shapes. Okay, this is a quote. Yeah, from the book or something. 30 minutes, ages 14 plus, under 30 minutes, with hidden movement, asymmetric powers, clever bluffing. Every match feels like it's a high-stakes, dual, fast game in under 2 minutes, 30 minutes. Great, cool stuff. $50. So this is where it's hard, because they're selling this fun-looking $50 game, but then they're also selling this monstrosity of a game. It's going to cost, what, like $1,000+ bucks. Then we have the premium pledge, which has boxes, premium card sleeve, deluxe storage boxes. Yeah, I can't imagine that's going to be the most popular one. I'm curious. Very curious. Normally, I'd say that one's probably going to have more than this one, but I honestly feel like that doesn't feel sold very well. One ring to find them. At the same time, you have Middle Earth, but with some weird holes that only make sense for the game since it's need to place the card holders. Fair, but I feel like this is also the kind of one where if you had it set up, I feel like you'd leave some of the characters out, right? I think that'd be fun. Like, I could see my kids just tromping around with it. I guess, I don't know. I have a hard time putting myself in the brain of someone who's like, yeah, I'm going to drop this much disposable income on this because I have that much disposable income. Like, more power to it, but it's hard for me to get into that mindset. There's a faint glow and stir, the collector's edition. Here we go. The heirloom quality wooden game table. The ultimate collector's edition is a treasure beyond compare. A 3D painted map of Middle Earth embedded in a finely crafted wooden game table. Retractable drawers, bowl, hold components to double display surface while a sturdy lid protects the board. Oh man, it's time. It's time for me to get on my idea. Magnetized character stands, snap in place. Really? Yeah, I have a super deluxified game design in mind, and I feel like this is like, yeah, the market is there.
Years in the making, this limited edition release has been lovingly crafted for both fans and collectors. Every detail celebrates the fellowship as formed. Saruman's towering on a surface.
Awesome. This is a great video right here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Honestly, I'd put it up there in those top videos, especially since it's doing the stupid scrolling thing. But I get that you don't want other people to see this one before they see the other one, maybe. But that's a really nice video. Love it. Sturdy wooden design. Beautifully stained base and table legs sold separately. Decorative finish. That's what I want to know how much that's going to cost too. So what was the price? $1,300. So that's without the base and the table leg. No, you haven't told me the price. Rip off the Band-Aid. Oh, it's limited to 1,000 copies. I bet they're sold out. I bet that's gone. Yeah, that's also, and that also seems odd to me. Like, we're making 1,000, like, and I get why. Maybe that's like a scare tactic to like fear of missing out. But if you hit 1,000, it's like, well, why not go for 1,500? You know, because then you might have 500 of these things sitting around. And I imagine these have immense resale / trade value, right? Like if you go to a Lord of the Rings convention with one of these and you're like, all right, put it up in the auction or whatever. Like this is gorgeous. Each box is individually numbered. Total weight with leg is 123 pounds. Set me up for some shipping. Whatever the shipping price is, I'm fine. So $2,199. There it is. Pull off it. That's fine. I want to know the base of the table leg. Just rip it off. Obviously, I'm not just here for I guess a lot of people might be put it on top of the table, but I want that. You sold the leg really well. So is that price reasonable? I mean, I guess it's a 130-pound game carved out of wood. So sure, Kickstarter reasonable. One ring to bring them all. It's also a used car, like not a great used car, but like a get you around used car. It's weird to think about stuff like that. Like, yeah, you could buy this game or you could buy this used car. I hope there's no one in the world that is making that poor decision. Like one of these 1,000 people is like, yeah, sure, once in a lifetime resell it. So 135. Oh no, that's okay. It's my 1,000 people taking it is drastically off. And it's going to be 3,500 after the fact. I salute you, internet, because you have maintained sanity, right? And here's the thing. I think part of the problem is, yeah, the price is extremely expensive, but it's just, I don't know. Is that a good number? Is that a bad number? It's really hard to say because of what they're selling, but I gotta imagine they were hoping for more. Draft game mode cards, and that's why this Kickstarter is so weird. They're selling two incredibly different things. Rules Compendium and Strategy Guide is an add-on. Hate that. I mean, I love the fact it's there, but it'd be nice if it's just... No, I guess it's an add-on. Wait, does that come in the deluxe? I guess that's my question. I hate the fact that I don't get everything if I spend $2,199. I guess I'll just put it like that. If I'm not getting that add-on, like it's like, yeah, you want to tack on an extra $25 to get the Rules Compendium to your 125-pound game, sir? It's like, at that point, I feel like you're nickel and diming me just a smidge bit. But anywho, metal challenge coin, those are nice. Unpainted character stands, that's a nice thing to have. A lot of people are gonna like that. And then the table legs, $500. Okay, so in and out the door, $2,700. Of course, we'll have to get the shipping. Oh, he redid it. Let's see, shipping. So the shipping for the collector's pledge is $420 or $190. I'm gonna guess that's probably, yeah, Alaskan Y. That doesn't feel terrible. That honestly doesn't feel terrible. I'd kind of spotlight that a little bit higher. But nice. Okay. Nice way to end. So 190 on that. 135. I thought it would be more. I think it will be more. Like, I think that's fun. I'm putting a number on it. I'm going to guess final number. 10 days left. I'm going to go with 550. 550, I think they'll sell. Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious if you can get that in for the next 10 days. Like, because this is such a hard one to peg. Like, this is just completely uncharted territory. It's a $2,000 table game. I'm excited to see what people have to say in the updates and comments. Let's get to it. Did they sell it well? I guess they did sell. Here's the thing. I know too much. Like, I know too much. Like, I know that, like, 2002 games, you know, like, I just don't want to spend $2,000 on a game that was released back then because I don't think that I'm going to get enough gameplays of it. Like, but then again, if I'm thinking about the amount of gameplays I'm getting on it, I probably, like, I'm buying a $2,000 table. Who the hell cares? Anyway, continue. There's no Portuguese options. Come on. Well, the standard edition have a simple organizer. Everything will be inside. Standard edition, no insert. All components just be laying around inside the box. Character tokens, they are cardboard. Good question. Yeah, the usual paper insert in the standard version. After the frustration and disappointment with the different Game Found campaign, this is a breath of fresh excitement. Can't wait to play. What material the character tile is made from? A brilliant upgrade to the standard basis. So, these are all from today, too. Getting lots of engagement. First question, why is shipping to EU so expensive? Compared to all other campaigns, a lot, because it's 125 pounds. Oh, I wonder if it's, they didn't buy the deluxe. This campaign is only for the English language publication of Lord of the Rings Confrontation. So what happens when I pick Polish as my language in the cart, and then I'll receive my game then? The ETA is the same for the English one? A lot of questions. Hi, I'm planning back the standard edition, but I'm a bit confused about the character base extensions. Are they the same as the plastic bases? And this is what happens when you have too many things. Like, I didn't feel like you sold me the deluxe version very well. I don't feel like the standard version for $50, I felt like that was sold fine, but the deluxe version, I didn't feel like it was sold very well, even though it's the most popular one. And then the big one, I feel like we should have leaned more into that, but then at the same time, maybe they didn't want to lean more into that because they were focusing more on making the reprint of it. It's a really hard needle to thread. I would prefer to spend this money to get a gaming table with the removable top. Yeah, I feel like that's probably why a lot of people are like, nah, I don't think I will. Instead, I'll just buy a gaming table. Ricardo gets comment of the show. That is a new feature. Ricardo wins today because, yeah, that's the common sense thing. No, I won't buy this. I'll just go buy a really, really nice gaming table for $2,300. Not a table for a single game. In the end, I don't have either. Ricardo wins. Because, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think that. Yeah, like, duh. Would you rather pay $2,300 to get yourself a really nice gaming table and then go on a massive board game shopping spree? Or would you rather buy a single thing that you could put on your table, and then if you want to take it off your table, it weighs 100 pounds? This is such an interesting project. I love the timeline we live in, and one of these days I want to own one of these. What material the character style is made from? A brilliant upgrade to the standard bases. Okay, a lot of people answering questions. 33 updates. I'm going to guess a lot of those before the fact. Let's see what they're saying in here. The most recent one was from yesterday. Hopefully it's just not prepackaged gobbledygook. Another day, another cool update for our campaign. French, Spanish, posters. Good. So this doesn't feel like just a pre-packaged version. This feels like this is catered towards exactly what people are talking about and what's going on in the comments section and trying to answer questions so that people won't just continually keep asking questions. Like, that's good. Good. Take note of the support exception to backers and non-US. The hardcover rules compendium. What have I already backed? New shipping options for Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Great. So it looks like they're working tirelessly to do stuff on this, which is good. Because I imagine there's a lot of people who are on the fence about whether or not they're going to spend $2,300, and how they handle this campaign will probably dictate that for them. You know, you could swing 50 people. That's $100,000. Like, whew. Won't the new translations affect your manufacturing timeline? Wow. I just hope that other people voting for those languages match or exceed the number of backers actually buying them, and people don't just all get their friends to do it. Okay. Final grade for Lord of the Rings. Who the heck is Ghost Galaxy? I guess I should check their track record too. They're doing Keyforge. They were the people that did Keyforge. Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm not worried that Keyforge makes some bank. Because that's the kind of stuff where there's like friendly local, like they get into the friendly local gaming store and like there's a scene and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the kid you do it. I received the wrong personalized deck. I commented here and submitted support on your website. I haven't had anything back. But you know what? I shouldn't just so flippantly do that. Who the heck is Ghost Galaxy? Well, let's give it a grade. Do I want it? Yes, I do. I want both the $50 version. I probably want the $120 version if you didn't sell it to me very well. And, oh, it's Mindbug too. They got Richard Garfield in there. Okay. Ghost to bring Mindbug to North American retail. Welcome to the Galaxy. Dream Trace game supplies. Interesting. Game tokens, tokens for every game, a hue for every occasion. So they do other things. Fascinating. Never heard of them. So can you do it? Yeah, I'm fine here. I'm fine. Do I want it? Yes, I do. Both versions. But then how much is it? It's just insanely expensive for the one that I actually want. So I'm priced out of it. But if you're not priced out of it, yeah, sure. Like, cool. Like, there it is. Like, if you are just a huge Lord of the Rings fans and you're a lawyer and you want something like this and you got all that disposable income, like, this is a nice way to spend it, I guess. Like, I'm not worried about it not getting to you. $50 version, fine. So, final grade is weird on this one. I feel like the main image really did an immense disservice not spotlighting this table. Because, yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about this right now, but still, a lot of people might just say, oh, another Lord of the Rings game, and not even click on the campaign. Whereas if you lead off with like 125-pound Ultimate Collector's Edition, and then starting at $50, and you have like the Lord of the Rings Confrontation, like you maybe like, I just felt like they tried to do too much in their description and not enough in their main image. And I don't know why. It seems like an odd choice. They have videos. They have quotes. They don't have videos, but you can easily go find them. I put them on here. I guess they did. Like, they made $689,000. So I'm going to base it on that. They reprinted their game, and I don't know what their minimum print run is to do something like that. But the bottom line is, every single one of them that they make extra, they're going to be able to sell at some point pretty easily, most likely. Like, this feels like the kind of thing that's only going to go up in value, because Lord of the Rings is only going to get more and more popular as generation after generation shares it with their children, and inevitably it gets remade in the next 12 years. So I feel like they did a good job, and I'm going to go with a B-. I still think that that's the main image to show right there. But kudos for them for opening this door. I'm very curious to see what other companies say. All right, we want to know where you manufactured through, because we'd like to do something similar in the future for our, our game from 15 years ago that's much beloved, that we want, like that. Yeah. But Ricardo put it best. It's probably a better idea just to go buy a really nice game table for the $2,300, because then you can play more than one game on it. But that just feels like common sense. Have a great 4th of July if you celebrate it. And even if you don't celebrate it, I'm not wishing you to have a bad one. Still have a good one.